Welcome to the podcast no one asked for. I'm Sienna,
And I'm Morgan.
and in today's episode, it's our road trip episode.
We in Austin, baby. Capital of Texas.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Nope. Keep Austin weird.
Keep Austin weird. We have an incredibly special guest.
Very special.
We talk about her a lot, almost every podcast.
Yes.
So you may know who she is.
She gets a shout out.
If you thought it was just a duo, honey,
You got a
You're
big
wrong.
storm coming.
because there's a third. She's more wild. So now introducing Sydney.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh.
That's what everyone says. They don't know
I
what to
know.
do.
like
Well, that's
like
the
you
two guests
can't
we
like you're introducing me but you can't see me. Like I can't smile and wave at you. Like I have to say
Smile
something.
away, boy. Smile away.
Oh my gosh. Penguins of Madagascar. Who remembers that show?
Just Madagascar.
Reword that
I'm
show.
raising my hand, but you can't see.
I think we all. The Victoria Justice team, I think we all.
I thought you were going to continue it.
No, that's just
What about Victoria
where
Justice?
she's like,
I think we,
everyone's
I
like,
think we can
yeah,
all
I think we
sing.
all sing.
when it's all like Ariana Grande.
Gosh, I know, we've been new.
So, today what we're going to talk about is Sydney's life here in Austin. She moved up here almost a year ago.
Yeah. It was the 1st of June
Yeah.
last
so
year.
A little over a month away.
And it's
Yeah.
the last weekend of April,
Yeah.
right? Is it
Mhm.
last weekend? Yeah?
yeah.
It's last
Yes.
weekend.
Yeah.
As we're filming this.
Yes. This will be released in a couple weeks.
Yeah. And so we're going to talk about her life here in Austin, her transition from Corpus to Austin, what she's doing here, how she's living life.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about some memories with
Oh,
the
yeah.
third person's perspective other
Yes.
than ours.
Ooh, I love that.
We gotta
third
like,
person.
now I want to think of ones we've talked about already and then get Sydney's perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ah.
The tea is
Oh,
about to be
I just
spilled.
thought of a good one.
Ah.
Okay.
Ooh.
So, Sydney.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like the Taylor Swift song.
If you haven't listened to Me by Taylor Swift featuring Brendan Urie, please do it.
Brendan Urie.
That's not my song of the podcast because I didn't want to be basic, but
But we're requesting it anyway.
that's like the honorable mention song of the podcast.
Great music video.
I do not endorse this.
Watch the music video. If you don't like it, then you will like it.
Okay. So,
Morgan
Sydney.
cut me off. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Fight her.
Just kidding. I'm gonna bring the sass to this podcast.
Do
like,
it, please.
I wait. I was gonna say I put the sass in part, but I realized it's not. Never mind. I'm
sassafras.
yeah.
in Sasquatch.
I put the sass in Sasquatch.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm so
something
sorry.
on the
Okay,
hill.
ask me a question.
Okay. So, how was the transition from Corpus to Austin? Was it smooth? Was
'Cause-
it
Ooh.
rough?
Because you were 18.
I had just turned 19.
Oh, you had just
Yeah.
been
When I
19?
moved,
Oh,
yeah.
it's June.
I had
Oh,
been.
Her birthday's May 7th. Send her gifts.
Send me some money.
And Venmo her.
I will literally leave my Venmo at the end of this video so you can Venmo me. Video podcast is a podcast. But so the transition was smooth because my boyfriend, it was smooth and rough at the same time. My boyfriend lives in Austin and already goes to the church that I moved here for. So I moved because I was doing an internship and I kind of just wanted to test it out. And, it was a safe place to just kind of dip my toes in the water and see what was up here in Austin. But
What's the
are
church
you
called?
gonna eat that?
Yes, I am. I was just waiting because
Some ASMR sounds coming your way.
I know we have candy, so we were like, dude, I hate ASMR so
But-
much.
Yeah, it was smooth and it was rough at the same time just because, like, Draven, my boyfriend, he was the only person I knew up here. But I knew, like, a couple other people, but not very well. And so he was the only person I felt like I was really close to. And, like, leaving a lot of other friends behind and, like, going to a completely new church when I'd only ever been to one church, like, my whole life.
Yeah.
It was really weird, but I was in the end, like, time went by really fast, and then it felt smooth.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool. It was good.
From small city to big city.
Big city.
Big
yeah.
city. Austin's
like
big.
super growing city. Like, everyone says drivers in Corpus Christi are stupid, but I mean,
They are.
I have to give them props. They use their turning signals, and people here don't.
I
And-
differ.
I mean, like, okay, some people are just don't really realize what's happening, but like, people know sure well they're not using their turning signal, and they just do whatever they want. And I'm like, this is really
Keep
scary.
Austin weird. What's the church called?
Shoreline Church.
You ever come out to
So-
Austin? Go to
Yeah.
Shoreline.
Go to Shoreline. It's so
We're
amazing.
going tomorrow.
Super
Yeah.
excited.
We're very hyped.
Yeah, it's really intense. It's very a spiritual step up. At first it was really scary because I was like, there's people speaking in tongues. Like, what is this place?
Is this allowed?
What? I was like, what's happening? But like, you get used to it, and like, all that stuff is in the Bible. Like, you realize like
Yeah.
that's part of God, and it's just a part of God you've never seen before.
Yeah.
So
How many people go like per weekend? What's y'all's average attendance?
So I come from a church that had like 5 services a weekend, which was a lot. Shoreline only has 2,
Oh, wow.
which is honestly awesome, like, being a worship leader, like, only having to sing 2 services.
Do y'all not have Saturday services? Mm-mm. Oh, wow.
We did for Easter, but
Yeah.
just on a regular weekend, we only have 2 Sunday services at 9:30 and 11:30, and it's awesome
Yeah,
because
as a vocalist, that's...
yeah,
rest.
and then I have like the rest of the day to just do whatever I want. While like back then, it was like I had regular service, then high school service and college service, and it was just
was a
like
lot.
it was like a full plate, and every weekend was like, all right, Saturday and Sunday you're gonna be at church, and then like back to school on Monday or something. But yeah, I really like it, and I would say between the 2 services, the room is really big, but most of the time the room isn't like at full capacity. So the room fits probably like 4,000 people, I think.
Dang.
Like,
Wow.
it fits a lot of people. And for Easter, like, it's pretty full. It's either 3,000 or 4,000.
Dang. I don't know why I
But,
didn't expect that number.
But I would say we probably have like 2,000 people a weekend.
Nice.
And then at our South Campus, I think we have like 300 to 400. They have 3 services. And
They're
so
like a smaller
mhm.
version of
They're
it.
in South Campus, they're the smaller campus. And we also have a 3rd campus coming soon
Ooh.
in Hutto, Texas. That'll be our Hutto campus. Right now we don't have Sunday services there, but we do first Wednesdays there, and it's like 200 people like in a really
dang.
in like a really small like
That's crazy.
space, like just like a rented out
Where's Hutto?
space. It is like I live in Round Rock, Cedar Park, and it's like 20 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
It's closer to Pflugerville. Yeah, it's like 10 minutes from Pflugerville.
So what are some like duties you have to do? Like, what are your tasks?
What's
Oh my
what's
gosh.
your life like during the week, like your work? In there?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
because some people, I've been told this, and I've also known other people have been told this. Like, what does a church have to do during the week?
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's just
know.
Sunday, but
My
it's
grandma's asked me the same
uh,
question like
there's so
50
much.
times.
Yeah.
She's like, "What the heck do you do? Like, how do you work at a church?
How
like,
do you live?
you just sing?" And I'm like, not quite."
Yeah, there's more to it.
But yeah, so I'm literally just gonna go through like so we work. The work week is technically Sunday through Thursday, and so our first work day of the week is Sunday, and so we go in at like 7:15 in the morning until like 1 o'clock, and like that kind of is the same hours as a
Yeah.
normal work day, and so we go in morning to mid afternoon, and then of course that's just Sunday service, just making sure nothing is catching on fire, making sure like pastor's happy with the service and like everything's running smoothly and
Right.
well, and no one's like dying or, just making sure everything's okay and just worshiping God. Like, it's just so awesome. And then Monday, I work. The average work day is 10 to 4 to 5 ish, but it kind of just depends on the day. Mondays are pretty chill for me. It's kind of just like, we had service yesterday. Like, what is this weekend going to be like? Kind of those days. And then Tuesday is like the big day where there's a lot of meetings. We have rehearsals on Tuesday. So Tuesdays we get there at 9, and I'll be there like till 9 at night. So it's like a really long work day. And then like on Tuesdays, I'll kind of start to work on my own stuff for the weekend. Like, I do a lot with the marketing department. I make these cards that the people will hold during host segment where they go up on stage and kind of like in the middle of worship and talk about some things going on, and like kind of like verbal announcements at church, but like a really shortened version
Short
of
and sweet.
announcements. Yeah. Announcements. And then on Wednesday, what do I do on Wednesdays? Oh, Wednesday I get everything ready for South Campus. Like, we have this thing called the Red Bag, and it leaves every week at 3. And it's
gosh.
sometimes
What's in the red?
Secure the
sometimes
bag.
that deadline like will sneak up on you. And Wednesdays it's like, so normally on Wednesdays we have songwriting from like 10 to 12, and then after that at 1 we have staff prayer. Then we have a creative meeting right after that. And then it's like 2 o'clock, and you have an hour to get everything ready for this
Oh,
bag.
no.
And it's like, it's insane sometimes, because I'm like having to make the host cards for South Campus. Like, during Easter season, I would have to go find all the Easter invite cards and make sure they had like this many of every color
Right.
and like all these different things. And or we do these things called potty posters where we have in the bathroom and like
Kinda like restroom signs?
Yeah, like restroom signs and
Potty posters.
Yeah, they're called potty posters, and I have to change those out. I mean, a lot of times other people help me, but it's like, okay, like this, like sometimes we alternate potty posters, so it's like this one and this one and that one, and it can get a little specific sometimes, but I love that kind of work and just like the busy work almost. And then Thursdays are kind of like a really chill day again. It's like,
Bless.
as long as I've gotten all my work done, which usually by Wednesday, like I've gotten everything done, and then I'm just chilling.
chilling.
Chilling out, maxing,
Yeah.
relaxing, all cool.
Shooting
What
some
is that
b-ball
Being
outside the school.
What song is that?
Fresh
What's that?
Prince.
Get out!
I was about to say
Get
next to
out!
New York, but then I was like, am I thinking, when a couple of the guys were up to no good.
Started making trouble in the neighborhood.
Dang, that's interesting. That sounded so sarcastic.
Dang, that's interesting.
That's just my
But
voice.
yeah, like every week is so different, and even like those are the things I just do pretty much every week. But like sometimes it'll literally be like I'm just picking up trash around the room, or like cleaning up the stage, or helping them move things around. Like my job is basically to just say yes, and not in like a bad way. Like I love that because I've been able to be challenged in so many things I normally wouldn't do. And so I really like that aspect of the job of just, like I'm kind of forced to like help people, but
Right.
I love it. It doesn't feel like a force. Like
Doesn't
it
feel
feels,
work.
yeah. Like every weekend I'm like, I miss my work friends like so bad. And I love being at work. Like, and I never thought I'd be able
That's the
to
best.
say that.
Honestly, same.
Me too.
You like being at work?
I kind of do.
You like working with your dad at his hose company?
Yeah, because I'm just filing stuff. I'm marking off cash things. I'm working,
Get that money.
I'm working with money.
Ooh.
Working with like I actually like doing it. I'm like, there's like something I have to do. Like I have to see if it's on somewhere and check it off, and just check it off like money amounts. I'm like, this is actually really therapeutic.
Therapeutic.
So relaxing. What an aesthetic.
Working, you know.
Money is an aesthetic. God.
But I ain't spending it. Yeah.
I know.
Do you care that my feet are like really close to you right now?
No,
Does it
it's
make you
fine.
uncomfortable?
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. You sound like you're uncomfortable.
Fun
She's like
fact-
looking at it. She's like, no,
Fun-
it's good.
She's like,
Fun fact, I'm traumatized from not Toronto.
Oh,
From 7th grade.
oh my god.
Here we
The
go,
San Antonio
memories.
field trip. Morgan and I have mentioned it before.
Memories.
I guess this can transition into memory lane because I'm bringing one up.
All right.
But thank you for sharing your shoreline life.
Yes.
I'm excited to see how it's going to be tomorrow when we go. Because today's a Saturday night. So tomorrow's Sunday.
yeah.
In case you didn't know the days of the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. And we're
Days
going to
of
like
the week.
shadow everything with like production. So I'm excited
I've
to
got
see
them
it.
set up.
And there's a
Dude.
cafe in there.
Our own coffee shop. It's really cool.
Give me some tea.
It's really
I
good.
am thriving and ready. But anyway,
Memories.
7th grade field trip. It's when we stayed at the Minger, the haunted hotel.
San
In
Antonio.
San Antonio,
Yeah.
Texas.
Sydney and I had to share a bed because there were like 4 of us. This is when Morgan slept on a chair.
I actually like sleeping on a chair,
That
but
was
that
so-
one,
That
that
was so sad.
that
But,
one
like, she
was
did it voluntarily.
She's like, I'm just gonna
comfortable.
stay here.
I was like, because I love sleeping in like some of the chairs, and I was like, let me sleep
I just love
on
sleeping in chairs.
2 wooden, like the chair I'm currently sitting in, 2 of them, lay them, and like
I don't
sleep.
know how you're
I don't know how I
comfortable.
fell
Yeah.
it was the most
Gosh.
uncomfortable I had ever been.
But anyway, like as a joke, as a, air quotes, as a joke, Sydney would like touch her feet to my feet, and I'd like jump in the middle of the night because I'd be like, "What is that,
Dude,
Her feet were cold.
Yeah, my feet were freezing cold, and I knew it would freak her
And
out.
I kept saying, "Sydney, stop it." And then you'd be like, "Tee," and then you'd like keep doing it. Like, good lord. That's why now I'm just like, okay.
Some funny memories. What do you remember? You can have a.
Gosh, throughout our friendship, freaking Pom Squad.
Like from middle school or like
our-
just ever?
Our entire friendship.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember when we would like sneak around in PE freshman year?
Yes.
Which supposedly
Okay.
was my idea, and I didn't know
Yes,
that.
it was.
So like high school, like I was done with sports.
Yeah.
Like I was too
Same.
busy with church. I liked sports, but I just like in everything I was always on the B team no matter how hard I worked. Like I was just like I just don't think this is for me. Like it
This
was
ain't it.
it was just not like working out for me. And so I was like I'm just going to be in regular PE and
And
just
no one was like in PE.
so my mom works at the school and I always just thought I ran the place. And so I would like there was this old gym like in the kind of in the middle of the campus and
Basically. Morgan's trying to get like food and it's like falling on the ground.
but we would sneak into this old gym and sometimes I would be like, "Oh, like let me go get my mom's key." And I would go to my mom's office and be like, "Can I have your key? Me and my friends want to go to the gym." And she'd be like, "Sure."
We didn't use a key though.
I like sometimes it was open and sometimes it was locked, or we knew like
yeah.
how to get in the back door. and,
There
like, all
was
this-
a broken window that Siona put her hand through and opened the lock.
Oh
I remember
yeah, we were so sneaky and like
But the thing is, I
We
think
would
they
just-
knew about it, but they just did not care.
well, because one day the door just started getting locked and we were like, "Bro, like we can't get in the gym anymore. Like they know our secret."
But
And
then we still found
because
another one.
I had stolen a volleyball from the school and I kept it in.
I had 2. Why didn't you take mine?
Oh, well, maybe we did use yours, but I had stolen a volleyball from the school and I kept it in my mom's office. And and I would, like, after school, I would just go play volleyball in the old gym with this volleyball that I had stole from the school.
gosh.
I was, like, there on a weekend with my mom or something. I was like, "Mom, I want to go play volleyball." So she let me, like, she gave me the keys and I, like, went and got a volleyball and went to the gym. Like, she was just working or whatever. And I was like, "I'm just going to keep this in your office." And she was like, "Okay, my school, my volleyball." I was like, "Okay."
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like Morgan would bring 2 volleyballs every day and we would
I
just
brought 2 volleyballs. We would play with one, and then we'd give someone else the other one.
we were so nice.
Yeah.
Like Morgan would bring had this tote bag. Do you know how hard it is to bring like volleyballs to school every day?
I had this long tote bag that was zebra striped,
yeah.
and it
Like homegirl was like, "No, I'm here to serve you." Like talk about an unselfish person. She's like bringing a volleyball every day just so other people can play with it.
Yeah, because like I was
know.
just
If
like
that doesn't say who Morgan is, I don't know what
sometimes they wouldn't let
does.
us have the volleyball, so I'm like, here, bring an extra one, because everyone would be like, I want to play volleyball, and they'd come join with us, and really it was like there was like the four of us
I
playing.
think it was just Morgan being an introvert and being like, I don't want to play with you. Like, you can have your own volleyball.
Like, here's the ball.
Or it's like we were kind of like all like the same level.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
like the
didn't want
three
to
of
play with
us,
the experts.
or like they were experts. Yeah, and then
Y'all taught me how to play.
but then there were like other people that were like, we want to play, and I was like, you don't know how to hit the ball. I mean,
yeah.
I was like, at least I decently know how to hit the ball.
Yeah.
I really quick, Morgan was the best server
Do you remember that game?
ever. Oh, I remember that
Ooh,
game.
We've talked about this
Oh,
before.
I remember that game.
I thought we
So
have.
I couldn't overhand serve to save my life.
Me
Neither
either.
could I. I had to practice hard.
But more like I don't know
couldn't do
why
it.
it's so hard, but they were like, you cannot be on the A team unless you know how to overhand serve.
yeah.
Even to this day,
I can't jump
I
serve.
can
Can't.
barely do it. I
still
have jump
can't.
served once, and it
Yeah,
was
I
at
can't
a
do it.
volleyball clinic. Like this, like it was like
Where was it?
a Corpus Christi Wave like volleyball team
Was it at
clinic.
Asbury?
Yeah,
When did you do that?
I don't middle school sometime.
I did one too, and I remember Sydney T was there with me.
Yeah, I would go.
I
I,
remember
would go with
those.
her because she was on CC Wave for like 1
Maybe
year.
I don't think we crossed paths then.
But like, I just remember that's the only time I jump served, and it was amazing, and I felt like the most powerful woman on the planet. And for some reason, it was there, and that's like a place where like it's really expensive to like be on those teams. And, like,
Yeah.
the coaches are watching you, and I was like,
hard
oh
work.
my gosh, like, I just did something really cool.
Right.
But I just remember that like one game, Morgan just did the most
That was after
powerful
weeks of
serve.
practice.
And even the coaches were like, "What? The
I did
heck?"
how many? 12?
You won
Serves
the
in a
game
row?
for us.
Like she was just like
and what made it?
serve after
going.
serve after
I know.
serve.
I was
And the
just like,
other
am I
team was
gonna
like,
stop?
I don't know. The other team like didn't know what to
I
do.
know.
They were like, "Who is
It was
this?"
I remember
chick?
like the A team or something like that was on the other side, like across the old. It was in the old gym. I remember they were outside, and all of a sudden they're just like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
What made it better was like you had like when you hurt a little bit, but you're feeling better.
Yeah, cause like I had
coach
like
sat
I was
you
starting to
out.
get like jumper's knee, and that's when I got like a tiny little fracture in my knee, because I was doing volleyball and cheer, which was a lot of jumping, so it did a lot of work like,
Yeah.
on my knee.
Yeah.
And it like caused me pain. So I was kind of like starting to feel pain during that time. But like I couldn't overhand serve for the life of me for the longest time. And like my dad took me out to
Yeah.
practice at Sonic for like weeks so I could get it right. And apparently it worked because I was like doing 12. I felt so much confidence after that.
Because I
That
remember
was
the
the
coach
craziest
was like
day.
sitting you out, and you're literally saying, "Put me in, coach."
Like we would
And-
literally go up to the coaches and be like, "Please
Put
put
her
me
in.
in the game.
Yes.
Like I just
What?
want to play." And like sometimes like people on the A team would be like would tell me like you're I like my only thing was like I could not serve
Yeah.
to save my life. But like I could set like or like me and another girl from A team would always like play together in the
Yeah.
gym, and she was like, "Dude, like you're really good. Like I don't know what the problem is." And I'm like,
It was
I
very
just
kind of like political.
I just can't serve. It was like if you had straight A's, like you were on the A team, like no matter what. It was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
That's
very
just
political.
like the way it was. And I mean, I had like good grades, but I didn't have straight A's.
Right.
And I remember writing a letter to the coach. Like
Really?
I typed out a letter like begging her. I was like I promise like I will like give it my all, like please, like I just want to be like, cuz I loved volleyball. Like that was my life.
Yeah.
And after that letter, like she didn't say anything to me about it, like nothing. And that's kind of when I realized like sports like weren't for me,
Right.
like at all. Like obviously like God isn't blessing me
Yeah.
in this area, but like
Me.
at church, like I don't know, like everything was just taking off. Like
Yeah.
I just absolutely loved it. So I was like, I guess I kind of know, like I had to like sacrifice one thing that I love for
Yeah.
something I loved more. But I still
I
like
had
to
to
play
do that
volleyball.
unintentionally because I was on crutches my freshman year.
Yeah.
3 days into my freshman year, way to waste our high school. But like I didn't do volleyball or cheer after that. I tried to. I tried out for senior year cheer. Thankfully,
I remember
didn't-
that.
Thankfully, I didn't make it. I wouldn't have been able to. but I just remember seeing the list of people who did make it, and it was all the people who were other than the seniors that were leaving. It was all the people that were already on the team, plus a few freshmen, meaning very political.
Yeah.
I was like, of course.
But yeah, we would like sneak into the old gym freshman year every single day and just like hang out
Play in there.
because we
just-
were not supervised
Yeah.
That's what made it
at
fun.
the time. I know I loved
It
that
was
class.
really fun. Like
Do you
that was
remember-
every day.
Do you remember the Fall Fest haunted house?
Dude,
Which one?
barely.
The
There were
one
a couple.
where it was 2 hallways and freaking one of the guys
Comes out with a
chased us.
chainsaw.
Yeah, one of the guys.
Ooh,
chased
the
us
one
down.
with the chainsaw. That scared the crap
And
out of
then
me. That thing was scary.
One of the other guys that was also there in that same year chased us down the entire hallway.
Yeah.
Was it one just like I think I was there for that.
The one just like
Slenderman,
that
yeah.
was in the corner of that hallway
Uh-huh.
that we ran down. Yeah,
That was
scary crap. Like
for real.
worse than the Lexington's haunted house. And the Lexington's
Yeah.
a haunted ship. This was a high school.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I thought the Lexington's haunted. I was like,
No.
oh, okay.
I'm going there.
It was
The
scary.
Lexington? Scary.
I mean, okay, I was in the front though. Like
Yeah,
for
I
some
hid
reason they
behind
were
the
like
Forced you to the front.
put Sydney in the front, and that's when I learned I was like, I'm a leader. Like I really am. Like I do best in crisis, or I'm less scared when I'm like helping people.
Yeah.
I hid
don't know.
behind Morgan the entire time.
And your dad was in the back.
Yeah.
You made your dad
And
stand
he
in the
was, like,
back.
trying to.
Y'all
joke
made me
with us.
hold that candle.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there was this candle. This is a high school memory. This
Yeah.
isn't a middle school memory. This was like junior year, I
Sophomore
think.
year.
Sophomore. And so it
Lexington
feels
haunted
like
house.
it feels like it was 2 years ago. Like
Yeah.
literally. There's this candle and you're holding it, and if you squeeze it, it'll turn off,
And that's it.
and then it doesn't come back on, and like you have to walk the rest of it in the dark.
We eventually
It's an
did.
electronic candle. It's not a real candle. But like, and I had to hold it, and I was like, why would y'all trust me with this?
Man, I don't
But
know.
I didn't squeeze it. Like I barely even got scared. Like I was like, I'm helping the people behind me, so I'm not gonna get
I'm
scared.
very easily scared, so I was like, my costume do you remember what I was?
the
my costume?
doctor.
I was the doctor. I was going to be a Grey's Anatomy doctor, that I turned
Mm-hmm.
into a zombie doctor. I covered my hands in fake blood and like rubbed it around.
Oh my gosh.
It was dry, and I was gripping your hand and Sienna's hand.
Did our hands turn red?
Sienna's
Hers
Mine was
did.
stained red for a couple days.
Mine
Oh, I
were
remember
too.
that.
But apparently,
mark
I
of
grabbed her
Morgan.
hand so hard that I was just like, here's some red blood.
There's
The
some red
mark
blood.
of Morgan Glasson. Do you remember when you saw me like sleep with my eyes open and then
What?
sleepwalk?
What?
I saw you
sleepwalk?
Yeah.
When?
The lock-in that we did at the church on Halloween with like that group of people, you woke me up saying, "Hey, we're gonna sleep downstairs. Do you want to come?" And I just got up and my eyes were like super weird, and I was moving like crazy. So I do not remember this.
I
You
don't
told me
remember
it.
this.
You told me it after because I woke up downstairs and I had like a panic attack because I was like, "How did I get down here?" Because I was like so like delusional,
scary,
and
yeah.
you were like, "Oh, here are your glasses." And
I
then-
do not remember this at all.
And then you're like, "What do you mean? Like, why are you freaking out? Like, what's wrong?" And I said, "How did I get here?" And you're like, "You walked down the stairs." And I was like, "No, I
I
didn't."
kind of now I kind of remember
Because
this.
I was asleep on the couch, and then I started walking away, and all my stuff that was like on my lap just fell to the ground. And I kept walking, and my eyes were like going like all over the
You
place.
remember that?
No, I remember you
Sorta?
telling me
Oh.
this. I don't remember this at all.
Oh,
I
like
just remember, I
homegirl's
just remember-
mad tired.
I just remember you telling me this because I have no recollection. And then you were like, you said, "I remember watching you do that, and I knew something was up." Because I just like watched, like, she just dropped all her stuff, and you're like, do you want like your blanket and your phone?
And just like keeps
And
walking.
I think I was just like, And I turned around, and I like got my stuff, and I like just stayed still.
You're like, you're right.
And then you were like, do you want to go down now? And I was just like,
How do I not remember this? Like that would have. I think I was just so
know.
tired too.
it was like 3 a.m.
Like,
and then
Yeah, those
I
things you just
somehow
don't remember.
walked down the stairs sleepwalking, and you were
Props to you.
like, you told me that I was moving super slow, and you like beat the stairs before me, and I was like halfway.
What if I was lying because I literally don't remember?
No, no, because it makes
Oh, because you
sense.
did wake up downstairs.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
you were just like watching me, and you were like, "What is happening?" And then you said like the moment I laid down, I was like knocked out.
Yeah.
And then that's why I woke up. I like was panicking because I was like, "What? How am I here?"
That's scary.
And I didn't
dude.
remember. And
Yeah.
then you saw me see my eyes open at camp.
Oh yeah, I have a picture. I have a picture of
I have a
Sienna's
picture.
like it's like one of the first pictures of my on my phone because it's from like 2013 or 2014. Like Sienna's laying there, sleeping with her eyes like half open because she just does that.
Let me see this photo.
Her eyelashes look awesome in that picture. Maybe we should post it on the story.
I'll post it. I'll post it, so stay tuned. But Morgan,
Yeah.
I'll show you right now.
Let me
This
see.
was 2014.
I'm just
I've seen that
sleeping with her
photo.
eyes open. I have it like as a meme on my phone. Like it's on my meme folder.
But weren't you like trying to like talk to me because you saw my eyes open?
I think
and then I was just
probably.
like, I wasn't blinking or
Mhm.
anything.
Like you were just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh.
I've also done a couple other stuff like that. That happens if I'm like, I am out of it, like I'm dead tired. If I'm awoken in a very deep sleep, this is when stuff happens. So that's why I was sleepwalking.
I have an amazing memory.
Oh,
I
okay.
think y'all might have talked about it on the podcast
Mm-hmm.
before. I don't
We'll see.
I don't remember if we talked about it. If I actually talked to y'all about it, or if I heard y'all talk about it on the podcast. These things get blurry because I
Okay.
feel like I'm talking to y'all whenever I
know.
listen to the podcast.
Hey,
But
that's the point of it.
that one sleepover in like 7th grade, it was like one of our. I think it was like literally one of like our second sleepover
Oh,
ever.
okay, so this cannot be that one.
No,
Which one are you thinking of?
with the paint.
The clown makeup? Ooh, we did talk
That
about
was
this.
not our second sleepover.
It was one of the first. Oh, I think there was more people there than just
Yeah,
us.
that was-
And it was the first time like having more people there.
I think so. That
Loki,
was
I
the
feel
bigger
kind
trip.
of like bad because that was all me.
Dude.
Yes, it was.
Like that was all me.
It was
I-
me and another girl.
Yeah, we've
especially.
talked about this before.
Dude, I have the picture too.
Because I just remember being like, guys, what else? What else?
I was half
remember-
asleep and half awake. I was just like,
Dude,
Mary just thinks she's getting like a back massage, but I was like riding on her back. Do you still have the picture?
I'm trying to find it. We
But-
drew all over Morgan.
but like,
Like
I
it
just-
sounds so like if you were to hear that story today, like it sounds so
we
mean.
did talk about it on the podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, but it was like here I am, okay, I'm here in the podcast and I'm fully admitting like that was
It was
Mostly
because I
me.
remember I was just like,
mainly me.
I was just like, I knew because I'm always the first to fall asleep at a sleepover, and
And I don't know why I brought that stuff.
that's the thing because I remember
The homegirl's like
I remember
messed up.
I remember why.
What?
Let me see this again. I've seen this 1,000 times, but yeah, it's been a
I
while.
feel so bad.
We will
Like
post this picture.
no, like it's not like it's because
It's okay.
wait, what is this poster next to? Is it the
It's a
Disney,
magazine.
the Disney Channel movie Let It Shine? From like
And there's another side of it that's like Demi Lovato for like proactive.
she's literally sleeping on a, like a Demi Lovato ad for Proactive. That just shows like how old this is.
But I just remember that like I was like, nobody bring anything, or I swear I will kill you.
We did.
Kinda
and I don't think it's the. I know. Okay, there was one sleepover where someone put M&Ms up your nose.
Oh, I did
But
that.
that
was
wasn't
there.
the same sleepover.
No, but that was
no,
like,
I was there.
Yeah, you
but
were
it
there.
wasn't me.
I did
That was
that.
Emily. I
I
thought
did-
it was Emily.
No, I did that.
You did that?
I did that.
oh, that's right. You. Oh yeah.
We
That
were
was a
all there.
sleepover where I was like, my reign of terror is over. I'm just gonna
They
chill.
put makeup on me.
Yeah, and it
I
disappeared.
was knocked out by cough medicine.
I just remember.
I just remember this period of time when we knew Morgan was just the deepest sleeper, and we just took advantage of it. Like,
I-
it was, and
Maybe
you
I should
slept.
say, but I still am.
I know.
I know you still are, but like I don't like take
Yeah, now-
advantage of it.
right,
You know,
now we're
like
over it.
but now it's just
Remember-
whenever it's sleepovers, it's like we wake up in the morning and we're like, Morgan, wake up,
Do you remember?
and she just doesn't wake up.
We would get my Tempur-Pedic pillow.
Dude, I was I thought that thing was so weird, but once I finally like laid on it, I was like, bro, now I get it. And I was like, why is Sienna obsessed with this pillow? She brought
You're
it
the
like
best.
everywhere.
She hit me with it to try to wake me
That
up,
thing is hard.
and it didn't wake me
it
up.
did not
It's
work.
so dense. It's
It's
the
dense.
Tempur-Pedic.
Thick.
It's like the memory foam, and it's not like Walmart
It's like 5
bed
pounds.
like mattress topper memory foam. It's like
Memory
deep
foam.
memory foam. Like when they're jumping on the bed and the wine glass doesn't tip over in the
Yeah.
commercials.
and we would like full force hit Morgan with this.
And she's just, or she would go like, like still be
like,
asleep.
oh, that feels nice. Like she would not wake up.
Try doing that in the morning. My dad starts to be like, Morgan, wake up!
What wakes you up now?
Okay.
Like, how do you
so
wake up?
This is my routine to wake up.
Because homegirl just,
So
She gone.
I have to
She
wake
doesn't
up,
wake
I have to
up.
wake up at 6 a.m. to take my medicine, and it's I have this really loud alarm. I have it on super loud. It's all the way up. It's at 6 a.m. That doesn't wake me up. But my parents my dad and mom can hear it all the way downstairs,
that's insane.
and I don't wake up to it. It's right next to my face. I also have my phone all the way up on the ringer. It's flashing and it's vibrating, and I have alarms for 6 a.m., 6:01, 6:02,
like
6:05,
a
6:06, 6:07.
tornado siren.
Yeah, and it's just like that. And now, I found the solution. Finally, I still have both of those alarms going just in case, but I found this alarm clock.
Oh, I remember you
lights
saying, and
the
so it's like
sun.
in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's super bright.
And then you
And
have to wake up.
It's waking. It's
Because you're
woken me
like,
up.
oh, hey.
I've had it for 2 weeks, and it's woken me up almost every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean by almost?
One day I turned it off, and I just went back to sleep,
Oh.
and almost missed class.
I feel that.
What was I gonna mention? Oh, Sydney. Different segue. Do you remember any of the fights that happened at school? Were you there for any of them? We
Ooh.
talked about this a few episodes ago.
I remember. Okay, there was this boy who came from another school. Starts with a J. We all know who it
we
is.
talked about this.
That's when the fights at London.
was the first fight.
started,
Yeah.
and
I
then
was 2 feet away from it.
like that was our school. If you just want to know how small our school was that freshman year or middle school? Was it middle school?
It
I
was
think
like-
it was freshman year.
No, yeah, I think it was freshman.
It was
year.
either freshman or sophomore year. Up to this point, like, I don't know if you will even believe it, but our school just didn't have fights.
No.
Like, we didn't care about, like, we just didn't fight with
There
each
was
other.
not a lot of drama.
I heard about, like, maybe, like, guys fighting in the locker room.
Yeah.
But it was never anything public.
No.
You know, like, it was never a big deal. But this guy came, and all of a sudden, the pot was stirred, and it never stopped.
Nope.
And I mean that school now. I'm glad we left when we left.
Yes, because it's
Because it
I've heard
got-
stories from my brother. It's gotten weird.
I want to talk about this after this.
Me too.
I still hear about things from my mom, and I'm like, what the heck? Because she still works there.
Yeah.
But I remember some of the fights. I remember like one of the first girl fights,
Ooh,
I
I
remember
remember
that too.
and I think it was the grade below us too. Like
it
it was.
was.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing like hair like flying, and I
remember-
was like, what is going on?
When Morgan and I mentioned like the fights that happened at school in our episode like previously, I mentioned one and she did not remember it at all. Do you remember the one with in this fight he put two guys in a headlock and pulled them out of the chair?
I wouldn't call it like a fight, though.
It was like
It was more of, like,
somewhat.
like an act of aggression.
Yeah, because
He did get in trouble for it, but like a fight is like wouldn't incline
It's
like
like
them
fist
fighting
fights.
back, but they were just kind of like, what the heck just happened?
he like lifted both of them with his arms
like
around their
headlock,
necks.
like arms around their
and
like
threw
one
them
in
across the
each
room.
arm. This
Yeah.
boy was actually like
Dude,
he
he
was
was
like
terrifying.
pre-training for the military, like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
Now
was-
he's in the military.
huh? He's
He's
in the
in the
military.
military now,
Yeah.
Dude, freaking Cinco.
Cinco gang.
Man.
Rip.
That just hit me right now. There was these guys, 3 of them, that
Are we
went to
gonna
our
put this in
school.
the podcast?
I'm just gonna say it because why not? Started a rap group.
Rap group, and they actually like were kind
There's
of
only
well
one
known.
person who has ever made it from our city. Apparently now that I know.
Ian Dior.
Michael Olmo.
Apparently, have you heard of Kevin Abstract?
Yeah, he's in
He's from-
Brockhampton. Grant
He's
said
from
he-
Corpus,
my brother-
apparently.
Yeah, my brother said he was here the other day.
I have no idea.
He's in Brockhampton. That's all I know.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Is there what else funny happened?
Stuff.
Oh wait, I have a question. Maybe you'll remember this, maybe you don't. First impressions of each other.
Ooh.
Do you remember?
I just remember. I
know
remember Morgan coming, but I remember Morgan coming and being like confused because she came at the beginning of the second semester,
Yeah.
which had never really happened at London before.
Really?
Yeah, like everyone just if there was a new person, they started like at the beginning of the school
Right.
year, not like the second semester. So I was like, I remember just being like, why did she come like in the middle of the second semester? Like
There was 2 other people that came with me.
like that's when the school
They
really
come in
started to
threes.
grow. Yeah, but I mean, I don't.
After that, the stampede came.
Yeah, then like
Because
the
almost
school started
everybody I
growing
went to
so
school-
fast.
Almost everybody I went to school with before that, like at that
Like
school,
transferred to London.
Yeah,
Like
almost every single person I know
yeah.
that went there. Like they
Yeah.
went to London. What are you
Why did you
doing?
follow me?
Yeah, like,
But like my first impression of Morgan, because I met Morgan in 4th and a half grade. That's what
Fourth and a
I always tell myself was fourth and a half grade
grade.
because it was halfway through 4th grade, and I was about to turn 10. Life was lit. It was great.
how are you about to turn 10 if your birthday was like 5 months away? At the beginning of
She was
January.
getting close.
Well, like I'm like 9 going on 10.
Oh yeah.
Like I met you, you know,
Oh.
I was about
Okay.
to be 10. I was more than 9 and a half.
9 and
I'm
3
about
quarters.
to be 10.
Harry Potter joke, 9 and 3 quarters.
She's really like, she's like, you're 5 months, so you're 10.
Dude, it's like 11. I remember my first impression of y'all was like, oh, they seem really nice. You seem like sweet girls. That's literally it.
I was like,
I don't remember.
Because I met Sion in 6th grade, but we didn't start talking until like 7th grade.
I feel like
And
towards the
we had-
second semester of 6th grade, we didn't have the
Yeah.
same classes. You guys were in the same homeroom.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just never talked to Sienna.
Mhm.
But my friend was like really good friends with her.
Mhm.
So like she was your friend, but I didn't really know you.
Mhm.
So like,
But then we started
that
going-
quiet girl. I was like, I don't know.
Who's this 4-eye looking? Then like some middle part down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started going to the same church,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when we like became better friends.
Yeah. Remember when you like would never come to like youth church?
Yeah, because I didn't like it in middle school. I would go briefly
Yeah.
just to hear you sing. I was like, I'll go to support you.
That's cute.
But I didn't like the socializing. It's like, I
Mhm.
want to hear Pastor Bill.
I want to hear Pastor Bill.
That's how I was when I was like 7. I was like, I don't want kids ministry. I want Pastor Bill.
Okay, I hated kids ministry when I was a kid though.
Tiny Town was the place to be.
That's way back though. I didn't
That
even
was like
go
toddler
back
times.
then.
That was before you were like in kindergarten. Because there was this man. What?
My mom just
Oh
sent
my
me a funny
gosh.
text. It's just emojis.
There was this person that would hand out candy in between services at Tiny Town, and you can only get
you're
it
like,
if you
"Oh,
told
heck
them what you learned
yes."
about. So I was like, oh, put me in, coach. Get me that sticker. Put me in my classroom. I will tell him about what David did to Goliath to get my lollipop.
I used
get
to
the
memorize
airheads.
Bible verses because
I would get a sandal.
I had to do that in school.
no, because I didn't go to church when I was a kid, but I was in like a Christian basketball league, but I did not go to church.
What was that league called? Do you remember?
Upward
My
basketball.
brother did that.
Wow.
But like my dad was my coach, and he would like teach us about Bible verses. But like my parents, like we didn't
my
go
God.
to church, so my dad's like teaching, or it's like it was my dad and my uncle were my coaches, and they're just like teaching me about the Bible, and I was like, okay. And they were like, or like it was a thing, like if you learn the Bible verse, and like you go to the because they had concession stand like before and after practices, because it was just like where it was, like they had a popcorn machine and they would run it, and it was just a way for the church to make money or whatever.
Yeah.
And so if you memorize the Bible verse, you got like free popcorn. So I'd be like, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only begotten son. And I was like, yes, I got my free popcorn.
Yes. Okay, what's like? Can you even think of the funniest memory?
Honestly, I would say it was when I drew on Morgan at the sleepover.
No, I didn't want to be the one to say.
I mean, I feel so bad, but 7th and 8th grade was the highlight of my life
There was funny memories. even
because
in
we had the
Yeah.
funniest
7th, 8th
memories like in those 2 grades.
Yeah.
like-
baby.
Like nothing
Yeah.
compares to like so many people say like I hated middle school, like it was awful, but I think we just got lucky. I think we
so.
went to a good school at a good time. Like I remember when like Instagram became a thing, like mid 7th grade.
Yeah.
Like we didn't
Yeah.
really even have
Social media.
like social media back then. I had
It
a
was just
Facebook,
us.
but then like I was like, I don't like this, and so I like
Yeah,
deleted my
same.
Facebook. Like it was just weird.
What year was the whole joke of the?
I wish I could describe this over a podcast. Like, this is okay. We went to
guys in eighth
school
grade.
with the funniest boys on the planet. Like, it sounds so stupid,
But eighth
but
grade
our
was their
sense.
prime.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
why our sense of humor is like the same as an 8th grade boys, because we're just stuck in the past. Because these
it's so
jokes were
funny.
timeless.
As you can tell, they just laughed at something that happened in like 8th or 9th grade.
And like
It was 8th grade.
it would be this thing, or it was like, what was it?
They
They
did
would,
something
like-
with their hands, and
It was
then
like, was it this?
that.
Basically,
It was
as
like a little like handgun,
Gun.
like a finger gun.
like kind of more relaxed.
Like yeah, like not like pointed out, but like a tilt, like a
your
slanted
fingers-
finger gun,
Your fingers bent
like a
little bit.
lazy finger gun.
And then they stuck out their tongue and made the sound.
It's not the noise though. Every time Morgan does it, she can't get
I
it
can't
right.
do it.
It's like
Headphone user.
headphone users beware. Okay, ready? I'm gonna do it. 'Cause I can do it good,
You
right?
have a T-shirt of a crocodile doing this, right?
I do. I bought this T-shirt because this crocodile was literally making the hand sign and sticking out his tongue, and I was like, I can't miss this opportunity. Like, that's what he's doing. So ready? Okay, you stick your lazy finger gun. Check. Stick your tongue out. Check. Ready? Like it was just, I don't know why it made me
It's the
laugh.
way they did it.
And it was just the most random times.
You know who I'm remembering doing that? Freaking Aaron McGee.
Oh my god, I literally think about him like once a week.
Do you also remember?
Like not in like a weird way, but
know,
like
but,
he, why was he the funniest person I ever knew?
he was like dry, just like
He was hilarious.
off, like pan. What do you call it? Some kind of
Yeah.
It was kind of humor where he was like funny, but he didn't know it.
Why would they do that?
he wouldn't
sound?
even try. Like
Yeah,
he was just
deadpan,
funny.
deadpan,
And
funny.
he was friends with this other boy that like was kind of bad. I mean, together they were sort of funny, but sometimes like Aaron actually knew like the line,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
where it was like okay, like
Don't go past that.
he would be disrespectful sometimes, but it was still funny to us. But like
No.
he knew when to do it and where to do it.
I went to school.
He was a
with
good
him
kid.
In 3rd grade, he's in my yearbook and he's making a face at the camera in my photo. And I didn't realize I had gone to school with him.
I literally
until
need
I
to
saw
try to
him in
find
middle
him on
school.
social media.
He like moved to New York, like
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Like his
But
I
think that's
heard-
other stuff that they would do.
Do you remember every Christmas?
Santa.
The Grinch.
Because there's
They
a
were
scene in
obsessed
the
with the
Grinch, and they're like
Baby picture you.
Santa.
Santa.
And then they were obsessed with SpongeBob, and they'd be quoting that.
Mm-hmm.
No end. And they like there's one time where they I remember for theater they actually like did a scene from SpongeBob for improv.
I know.
So like stole.
Yeah,
Dude.
Is that it? Do we have any more memories
dude,
that we could talk about?
it was fun.
Or can we wrap up and
Okay, what are y'all songs recommendations?
Sydney, since you're
Ooh.
a guest, why don't you go
go
first?
first.
Okay, so one song I'm really into John Mayer right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of old songs that I honestly didn't even realize were John Mayer. If you've ever like been to Kohl's with your mother,
It's John.
like I know those. I didn't know they were John Mayer, but I was listening to like the John Mayer Essentials playlist on Apple Music, and I was like, I heard this song. Like this is a song they would play at Kohl's, like because they just played the same songs like over and over. And I was like, this is John Mayer. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. But it's not originally by John Mayer, but I love his cover of it off of his live album from like 2007. It's Free Fallin'.
Oh,
I
my
can't remember
Lord.
who it's originally by. It's a
Is that
pretty
the- is
well-known
that
guy.
it's like, no, I'm free.
Yeah, that one.
Free fallin', fallin'. Yeah, it's that one.
The live
But
is
his
the
cover
best.
of it is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Free Fallin' live.
John Mayer.
Free Fallin' with an apostrophe after the N by John Mayer.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Morgan, what is your song?
So I discovered this album the other day. I feel like I knew it existed, but maybe it just came out. It's a soundtrack, semi-soundtrack for a show that I don't even watch. I don't want to watch. Judge me all you want, but there's a couple songs on it that I actually like, and one of them is by Maren Morris called Kingdom of One. It is off the Game of Thrones soundtrack, For the Throne.
Ooh,
It's actually really good.
interesting.
Very good.
Okay, my song is by Hozier, Hozier, and it's called Jackie and Wilson. It's very good. Jackie and Wilson.
Nice.
So those are our songs. Go check them out. We have good music taste, I promise. We
Yes.
will post these on our Instagram at our Untitled Pod, untitled.the, along with some photos that we had discussed today.
Yes.
And some pictures of us throughout the years. Thank you so much for being here, Sydney.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel honored to be a part of the famous podcast.
Okay. Thank you for listening.
Yes. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.